Fleeing gambling debts, a chef discovers his shocking $300,000 a day job requires cooking human flesh. Can he escape this nightmarish fate, or will he become the next dish? Today, I'll be recapping the 2023 horror thriller film, What You Wish For. So, keep your eyes wide open and stay safe. Drop a comment with your next movie request, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Ryan, a talented yet struggling chef, found himself buried under a mountain of gambling debts. Desperate to escape, he fled to a mysterious Latin American country, which we later learn is Colombia, seeking refuge with his friend and former culinary school roommate Jack. But the shadows of his past loomed large, ready to catch up with him. As Ryan arrived, the warm sun cast a golden glow over the vibrant streets, filled with the scents of spices and the sounds of laughter. Jack welcomed him with open arms, and they quickly rekindled their friendship, sharing stories and laughter that echoed through the upscale house they called home. But their carefree reunion took a turn when they met Alice, a charming tourist whose smile lit up the room. In a twist of fate, they decided to host a cooking competition, and Alice, full of excitement, agreed to judge. The kitchen buzzed with energy as Ryan poured his heart into his dishes, channeling his dreams into every ingredient. But when the final dish was presented, Alice declared Ryan the winner, filling him with pride and a flicker of hope. However, as the night unfolded, things grew complicated. Alice ended up spending the night with Jack, leaving Ryan feeling a mix of betrayal and jealousy. The weight of his situation pressed heavily on him, and just when he thought things couldn't get worse, his phone buzzed with a chilling message. The gambling syndicate, ruthless and threatening, sent him menacing texts demanding repayment of his debts, with the haunting threat against his mother echoing in his mind like a dark cloud hanging overhead. In this thrilling tale of friendship and betrayal, Ryan's journey will pull you in, leaving you wondering how far he will go to escape his past and protect the ones he loves. The next evening, Jack confided in Ryan, revealing the overwhelming pressures of his high-stakes job. His voice trembled with the weight of his struggles, and Ryan felt a growing concern for his friend. But when morning came, Ryan's world shattered as he discovered Jack's lifeless body hanging, consumed by the relentless burden of work and regret. The sight twisted Ryan's heart, but amidst his grief, an unsettling thought crept in. This could be the escape he so desperately needed from his own financial troubles. Ryan stood frozen for a moment, grappling with the reality of his friend's tragic end. The waves of guilt washed over him, yet they were soon drowned out by a more pressing urge. In a moment of cold determination, he decided to assume Jack's identity, seeing it as a way to break free from the chains of his debts. He quickly hid Jack's body in a nearby river, praying no one would find it, then raced back to Jack's upscale house. He sat down at Jack's computer, fingers trembling with adrenaline and dread, as he attempted to transfer all the money from Jack's UK bank account to his own. But just as he thought he was in the clear, the bank demanded he visit in person with a photo ID for the transfer to go through. Panic surged within him. Time was running out, and he needed a plan. So, with a deep breath, Ryan turned to a Chinese website known for producing fake IDs. He requested a driver's license that carried Jack's personal details, but featured his own photo. As he filled out the form, a mix of fear and excitement swirled in his stomach. Ryan knew he was stepping into dangerous territory, but the chance to escape his financial nightmare was just too tempting to resist. While waiting for the fake ID to be processed and feeling the heat from the gambling syndicate's escalating threats, Jack's boss, Imogen, arrived at the villa and mistakenly thought Ryan was Jack. Her eyes sparkled with urgency as she enlisted him to prepare for an exclusive dinner party that promised to impress the city's elite. But as Ryan stepped into the role, he quickly learned that the company paid handsomely for Jack's culinary skills, filling him with a mix of excitement and dread. Seeing an opportunity, he persuaded Imogen to pay him a partial amount in advance, using the funds to finally settle his gambling debts and protect his beloved mother from the syndicate's threats. So, as the money flowed into his hands, a heavy weight lifted from his shoulders, but it was soon replaced with a chilling realization. He discovered that Jack had been cooking for a sinister underground organization that served human flesh to wealthy clientele, a shocking truth that made Ryan's stomach churn. Horrified by what he had stumbled into, Ryan felt trapped, coerced into participating in something he never wanted to be a part of. The company's enforcer, a menacing figure named Maurice, had already sourced a local man, Jose, as the next ingredient. As Ryan's heart raced, he could only imagine the fate awaiting Jose, knowing he had to find a way out. Unbeknownst to them, Jose's uncle, Ruiz, a dedicated police detective, was investigating his nephew's sudden disappearance. He arrived at the villa, hoping to find answers, but was unwittingly invited to dine at the lavish event. As the guests enjoyed their meal, Ryan's stomach twisted in agony as he realized that the detective was unknowingly feasting on Jose's flesh, caught in a horrifying web of deception and desperation that threatened to ensnare him further. During the extravagant dinner, Alice unexpectedly appeared, searching for Jack, and her eyes widened in shock as she saw Ryan impersonating him. Her confusion mingled with concern, creating a tense atmosphere that enveloped the room. But as the evening progressed, Ryan was given the final task of preparing a unique dish, tongue sashimi, a delicacy that promised to impress the wealthy guests. As he opened the package containing the tongue, a wave of horror washed over him when he discovered that it was infected with herpes. Panic surged through Ryan as he realized he couldn't serve the dish in its current state, and the clock was ticking. So, with no other options left, desperation clawed at him, pushing him to make a horrific choice. In a frenzy of chaos and fear, the group made the unthinkable decision to kill Alice, silencing her cries for help. With trembling hands, Ryan watched as they harvested her tongue, a sickening act that felt like a twisted nightmare come to life. He was trapped in a web of his own making, forced to serve up a dish that would forever haunt him. As he prepared the final presentation, Ryan's mind raced with thoughts of what he had done, knowing that he was now a part of something dark and unforgivable, caught between survival and his shattered morality. When Ryan learned that leaving the company meant becoming the next ingredient in their horrifying menu, a wave of dread crashed over him. But desperation ignited a spark of hope as he slipped a note to Ruiz, asking for a secret meeting in the restroom. In that cramped space, he confessed everything to the detective, pouring out his soul and revealing the twisted nightmare he had been trapped in. However, the night took a dark turn. After the guests left, Ryan's heart sank as he realized that Ruiz's fate was sealed. The detective was killed, silencing the only person who could expose the truth. So, in a chilling act of cold calculation, the company saved his flesh along with Alice's, planning to serve it to unsuspecting diners at future events. To cover their tracks, Imogen crafted a fabricated email to Ruiz's sister, claiming Jose had eloped to Bogota. Ryan felt a sickening knot in his stomach as he realized how far they had sunk into this abyss of horror. With each deceitful move, the weight of his choices pressed heavily upon him, leaving him trapped in a nightmare of his own making, haunted by the lives taken to protect his own. The following day, Imogen implanted a tracking device in Ryan, a sinister measure to prevent any chance of escape. A chill ran down his spine as he realized just how tightly the company had him in their grip. But despite the weight of despair, she sent him off to Africa for another event, leaving him to grapple with his grim reality. Later, at the airport en route to London, Ryan felt a heavy resignation settle over him. As he sat at the bar, staring into his drink, he introduced himself as Jack to a fellow traveler, embracing the identity that had become his prison. So, in that moment of acceptance, Ryan began to let go of his past life, drowning his true self in the shadows of deception. He was now fully immersed in the world of the company, surrendering to a fate he had once fought against, but which now seemed inevitable. So, which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our movie recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Produced by Warner Movie Recaps.